Gotta keep all of that, all those boxes nice and not warped. You notice we're not working so boxes in this environment. So after the EBI, the empty bottle inspector, it kind of wraps around, it goes into the rinser and then the filler. And that's 132 valves on each rinser and each filler. And the whole line, if it's going at maximum speed, can do about 900 bottles a minute. So it'll go through the rinser and get rinsed out. It'll turn upside down, pour the water back out. Then it'll get filled, but first it'll get double evacuated, kind of vacuumed out and purged with CO2, making sure there's no oxygen in there. And then it'll get filled. It'll get sprayed with just a little tiny drop of water so that it foams up to the top of the bottle, and then they put the cap on the foam. And then
I'm sure.
because it's kind of like a carousel. If you could like ride your bike, you can pretty much power that thing. It's just kind of going in a tract. You can see how it just falls. It picks up the bottle and drops it into the box. And then on this side, some of the bottles are getting put into these wraparound boxes. These are really nice because they eliminate the need for a divider inside. And so they just kind of hug the bottles perfectly for pick it out if it's not any good, and then also keep going on.